Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out. It is a pleasure to be joined by former two-weight world champion USS Steve Cunningham. Steve, good to speak to you for the first time. How's life treating you?
Treat me good, man. Life is life. Taking some hits, but you keep going.
What are you doing to keep busy these days, Steve?
I'm commentating fights. Working on a children's book about anti-bullying. I've got 4 comic books out already at
Yeah.
USS Comics. Go check that out, people. On each platform, USS Comics. I'm drawing to myself. Anti-bullying, basically a loosely based story about my life being bullied when I was young. Not thinking about. I'm working on fighting again. Getting in the TCL, the Team Combat League. Make a couple dollars, have some fun, get my name back out there, and I'm scheduled for like an exhibition in Poland at the end of the year with former Cruiserweight world champ Krzysztof Wlodarczyk.
Got a lot of irons in the fire. First of all, I want to talk about the comic book process. What is the process like getting your thoughts onto pen and paper and presenting it in a fun and artistic way?
It's first you gotta have the idea, come up with the idea, then sketch it out, storyboard everything, make your characters, storyboard, and then just start. I put everything on my iPad. I draw everything on my iPad with Clip Studio Paint, and I know where to you just get the digital, send the digital prints into to the company, to the comic book company. They'll make the book, mail it to you, after you pay them.
What would you say your comic book style is like? What was it based on? What were your influences?
Of course, my influences are Marvel, everything Marvel and DC. This is my dog's got to it a bit. This is a comic book I got right here. This is my last and fourth comic book. This is my character. This is show you my style. This is Amir Mansour. So I basically did a just turn fighters into superheroes. So this is Austin Trout. This is his story. He's got buried alive and stuff like that. Let me see some other stuff. Little advertisement of me in there. So this is my art style. Basically like the DC Marvel style. Superheroes. I turn fighters into superheroes and just go from there. So the first 3 comic books is just me and Amir Mansour. Turned into souped up superheroes fighting each other. And then the fourth one is Amir Mansour. I got another comic book I'm working on about Brother Nazem Richardson, my trainer who passed away.
Mm.
He's forming like an Avengers team, which is J Rock, Cool Boy Steph, a couple other people, man. I got some crazy ideas, man. I'm gonna put them on the paper.
No, I wouldn't call them crazy. I'd call them awesome. Definitely
All right.
a unique idea for sure. And I'll be sure to check out your comics and I'll leave a link in the description as well to
Appreciate it.
Steve. Another iron in the fire that you mentioned is about returning to the ring in the Team Combat League. I've spoke to Dewey Cooper a number of times actually on his previous seasons of Team Combat League and getting that up and going. What makes you want to try your arm at that style of boxing?
I mean, my son did. He was on the Philly team last season, and I commentated one of the fights. It was exciting. I'm always in shape. I'm always working. I'm like, man, 1 round. I'm like, man, that's dope. And the whole team aspect of the event. You repping your city. That is amazing. It's like, man, it's got a lot of potential to pick up and do some big things.
Yeah, talking about kind of keeping yourself active and keeping yourself fresh for a fight. Have you been training? You look like you're in great shape. Have you always kind of kept yourself in the ring?
Yeah, I'm always training, man. Especially, I got my sons. I spar with Junior. I'm spar with my son Cruz, who's 14 now. He's getting very tall. I'm always working, man. I love to stay in shape, and I love boxing. I love it. So I actually go on Sunday to spar. We're going to spar in another gym. Man, I'm always in shape, always working, always moving.
What's it like looking at boxing from being inside the ring and then being on the outside looking at other fighters? Do you feel that you pick up things that other commentators wouldn't pick up having had the experiences that you had?
Yeah, I do, but these commentators that are out here now, man, they're pretty dope. They're doing a great job, and a lot of them are fighters too. Sean Porter, Paulie Malignaggi, Andre Ward, all these those guys are great. They're great at it. I look and learn from them, and they have their unique way of articulating what they see to the audience, and so do I. I try to have fun too, but still be professional and get the point across properly. So it's I do a lot of watching and observing those guys that came before me and that are on a bigger stage than I am.
I also saw on your Instagram that you were going to be doing some guest speaking regarding mental health. Is that something that's key to your heart as well, too, to just kind of get the word out and speak more about those tough topics?
Yeah, it is, man. Mental health, especially men's mental health. That's a huge soft spot for me. Because I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations in these past 4 years, past 7 years. My mom passed, my trainer passed, my brother passed. And I'm actually going through a divorce right now. It's just a lot. A lot's been going on, man. And on the inside, it just really is really discombobulating and it can be confusing. So, men don't really talk. We don't necessarily talk a lot about our issues to each other, but we need to, because every man I spoke to about my issues is like, yo, I'm going through that too, and hey, man, this and that, and then we start talking, and you feel a little better because it's like, all right, we help each other, and he's going. I'm not the only one, that's a even though it sucks, but it's a good feeling to be like, I'm not the only one getting screwed over, or you know.
No, I hear you. That's great work, Steve. And I want to pick your mind as well too about the boxing game. First of all, you've been cruiserweight champ, you've been heavyweight as well too. I want to get your thoughts on the current cruiserweight division, which sees Jai Opetaia potentially in against Zurdo Ramirez in the near future. What do you think about the current state of the cruiserweight division?
Uh, with Opatai being champ, I think the cruiserweight division has an opportunity to get some eyes on it, and with him being champ, he'll do the cruiserweight division nicely. Outside of that, though, it's like we don't know anybody else in the cruiserweight division. You get what I'm saying? Like they're not out there. Like when I was cruiserweight, you had O'Neal Bell, David Hay, um, Enzo Macronelli. You had all these different names that were known throughout in boxing. And it's like now I don't know who else is in the cruiserweight division. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't. I'm looking. So Opatai is a good name. He's a big name. He's dominant. A very good fighter. Interesting aggression in that young man. You know what I mean? I like it. He's got a monster in him, and it comes out in his boxing. That's pretty fire.
People are talking about the prospect of him moving up to heavyweight and having success there. Do you feel that he has the frame and the talent to do that?
I think he does. I mean, because what's his height? Was he 6'2"?
I think he might be 6'2", yeah.
Yeah, if yeah, 6'2", 6'3". I mean, me, Usyk, these type of heights, we have it's an advantage, being that tall. We're not short, but we're not as tall as these bigger guys, 6'6", 6'7". But being 6'2", 6'3", and 210, 215 pounds, we still have power, speed, and boxing ability. We have boxing ability, and we have our 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 boxing skill from boxing smaller guys is just immaculate. It sets us apart against the bigger guys.
Getting up to the heavyweight division, and Alexander Usyk, of course, he won the undisputed heavyweight crown against Tyson Fury, then rematched him and beat Tyson Fury again. Just your thoughts on that rematch victory for Usyk against your former foe Fury?
Yeah, it was a very good fight. The second fight was very good. Fury did he did as I expected. He came out there to fight. He came out there to win. Yeah, Usyk is a master chess player. High speed chess player, and it was a closer fight than before, especially those earlier rounds. But you, we all knew Fury was going to come out gunning. Because Fury has the heart of a challenger, a heart of a lion in him, and and Usyk gave him his first loss. It's like he wanted to avenge that. You can tell he wanted to avenge that. He didn't want to fall down and just leave the game like that. But apparently, he still lost, and as he says, he retired. We'll see. We'll see. I doubt it though, but we'll see.
Yeah, do you think he has retired? Because over here in the UK, we want to see Fury versus Joshua. It'd be a shame to not
Right.
get that fight.
No, I don't think he's retired, man. I don't think he's retired. But I mean, he has made a hell of a lot of money. It could be true. but we've seen Fury do this before, so he might be back. It's too much. It's too much money on the table for him. You know.
What's the difference between the Tyson Fury that you fought and the one that was in the ring against Alexander Usyk?
Oh man, I was surprised to see. I was very surprised to see Fury not use his lean and laying tactics on Usyk. Don't get me wrong, Usyk was doing certain things to keep him off him, but it seemed that it wasn't an part of the game plan as it was for me. All of the lean and laying, the extra extreme stuff. But Usyk didn't allow it, and or Fury wasn't really trying to do that. So I don't. That's basically it right there for me. Everything else was kind of similar. Fury's heart, Fury's agility and his ability, they were there.
People are kind of suggesting about Tyson that the knockdowns that he suffered in his career, yourself against Wilder, those tough fights have taken that little bit out of him. Do you feel on the outside looking in that that might have been the case?
It could be. It could be the case. But I mean, in the event of getting affected by those Wilder fights, I think we would have seen if this is the case. I think we'd have seen Fury go down more. Because Wilder's on each crack. So most times when we see a fighter's affected from these other fights, you see the wear and tear in their ability in what they're doing in their later fights. And Fury was taking some good shots. He was very wobbled by Usyk in that first fight, but he wasn't wobbled in his second fight. So I won't say it's necessarily damage. Fury. I mean, they're getting paid a lot of money, man. As at the time, it's like, man, this is a lot of money. It is what it is. I'm gonna go for it anyway and make the bag. But yeah, I don't think he's got wear and tear on him. I'll tell you the truth. I don't think he's got too much wear and tear on him. Could be just he's about over boxing right now.
How much during your career was Alexander Usyk on your radar?
Um, he really wasn't up until I was trying to get on that cruiserweight tournament,
Yeah.
and I lost that fight to Tabiti, Andrew Tabiti, which I thought I won, but it is what it is. So from there it's like I didn't get in the tournament. I didn't get in the tournament for that reason. But Alexander Usyk came along. That was basically the only time I was thinking about Usyk. Like, man, if I get in this tournament, I'm gonna have to fight Usyk. And man, I was looking forward to it because his skill set would bring something out of me, would bring something else out of me. I'd have loved sharing the ring with Usyk, stealing some of the things he does, learning from him. This would not to do. Okay, he's then. Just to get that feel. I'm never say like, oh, I beat this guy, beat that guy. I just love to share the ring with him and see where it goes. Because I'd elevate, and he most definitely will elevate. He's so great. I wouldn't dare be like I get in there and beat him. So, but I give him a hell of a run. Usyk was in camp. We were all in the Vladimir camp. When Usyk first got out the Olympics, we were all in the camp with Vladimir. Or he was out there in Austria, watching us spar, watching me spar Vladimir. And I knew who he was. He's a gold medalist, but nobody knew who he's going to become.
Yeah. In that camp, did you get a chance to spar with Alexander?
No, I didn't get a chance to spar with him. I actually like we crossed paths once because he worked out at a different time, but he was there to watch us spar, watch the big guy spar Vladimir, and I said hi to him one time. Hey, how you doing? And that was it. We kept it moving.
I'm glad you mentioned Vladimir because there's steam growing on the prospect of him returning to the ring. Do you think Vladimir can contest at the highest level after being out the ring for so long?
I think so. I think a good fight for Vladimir. I think if we get the rust off of Vladimir, 1 or 2 fights, and then throw him in there with a Daniel Dubois. I think that'd be a very good fight.
Mhm.
I think that'd be a very good fight. Dubois is not the most skillful, but he is powerful and he's decent in the skill level. Don't get it twisted. I'm not dogging him, but I think that'd be a good fight. I'm not saying Vladimir beats him. I'm not saying he beats Vladimir, but he should be the favorite. But depending on how Vladimir looks in his warm up fights, that'd be a dope fight.
Daniel did take to the mic after Usyk beat Fury and said he wanted his chance at revenge in the rematch. Do you see anyone, including Daniel Dubois, beating Alexander Usyk, or will it be age that beats him?
Nah, I don't. Honestly, I thought that low blow in their first fight should have been called a low blow. I mean, I'm sorry, I should have been called a body shot because it landed on the belt. I'll say that. But I mean, but Usyk got up, KO'd him. So I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think Usyk beats the next fight with Dubois, and I don't even think old age beats Usyk, man, because guys like him, he's kind of like me in the sense of, being a hard worker, staying in shape, moving, mobile, agile. So he's not taking damage in there. So his old age, he'd just be getting older in numbers. He won't be getting older in physicality.
The other thing I want to talk to you about is the potential. Now that Tyson Fury is apparently retired, it means that Anthony Joshua won't be facing Tyson Fury, might be taking on Deontay Wilder. Is that a fight you're excited to see?
No. No, I am not. I'm not excited to see that fight. I'm gonna watch it. But we all know Wilder's basically done. Wilder's done. Once he took away that monster, that's it. The monster fuels the power. The power was basically all he had. He didn't have a boxing skill set. He didn't have good movement. All Deontay Wilder had was a great, powerful right hand. And we've seen his past few fights. It's gone. It's not there anymore. For whatever reason, it's not there. And it's like that monster, man. He said that he took the I forgot what you call it. But he went and did
Ayahuasca.
that ayahuasca. I was gonna say ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, and it toned him down. He come out on some peace and love. This ain't the time for peace and love, man. This war. We need killers. And his killer's gone. So unless he can get that killer back, I don't think this Anthony Joshua fight is going to be nothing but a wash for Deontay. Like, I think Josh would probably stop him within 4.
That's interesting because here in the UK, a lot of fans are quite critical of Joshua and his desire to get back to the top. So have you seen anything in that to say that Joshua's desire is different?
I think John, with that last fight, he just got caught. He got caught coming in. Dubois is powerful and caught him with a good shot. Anthony Joshua he was thirsty and hungry for the KO, and he ran into that right hand. He ran into that whatever punch it was, and I don't know. Anthony Joshua's game to me. He's still game. He's still game in my book.
The other thing, and bringing it back to yourself, we said that you're preparing for an exhibition as well over in Poland. Is the mindset any different when it's an exhibition as opposed to a fully fledged sanctioned match?
No, it's not. It's really not. I did this. Well, it wasn't an exhibition. It was a real fight, but it should have been an exhibition. Fight with Frank Mir in 2021. I did that with Frank Mir, and I was just in there, playing with the guy. I could have stopped him if I wanted to, but that would have been what's the use for that? He had no boxing experience. Now with Christoph, oh yeah, most definitely. We're supposedly going 6 rounds. And most definitely, I'm getting in there, and we're boxing. We're going at it. He's a champion. I'm a champion. We're getting in to light it up. It's a charity event, and hey, we're going to entertain.
See, well, I'm looking forward to it, and looking forward to as well our next conversation. For anyone who wants to follow you, what you're up to next, your comic book adventure as well too, where can they find you on social media?
Indeed, check me out. My comic book adventures, USS Comics, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, USS and X, Twitter now, or old Twitter, but X. That's weird to say it. And also my main page. Follow me at my main page on Instagram. I'm always on Instagram. USS is legend. Or just type in Steve Cunningham. You'll find me, babe. Please follow me, everybody, and drop me a message.
Steve, pleasure. Thank you so much for picking the seconds out. We'll catch up very soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.